Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have now released the second trailer for their six-part series on Netflix that starts this week, and it's now absolutely clear they're out to smash the royal family. It's also clear that they're shameless hucksters lost in self-pity and peddling a desperately dishonest piece of filmmaking.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
You hear that? That is the sound of hearts breaking all around the world.
She's becoming a royal rock star.
And then
Everything changed. There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's a dirty game. The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself. No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
Now, I'd imagine this series is going to hurt King Charles and his son Prince William and their wives, and it'll also damage the image of Britain, which American audiences love to think is racist, even more racist supposedly than America. But I said dishonest. Let's start with the dishonesty of this series. Just this trailer alone already plays tricks. You take this clip from what you've just seen and note particularly the two bits at the start showing a wicked media preying on Harry and his poor picked-on wife.
There's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
In fact, that first shot of the threatening media pack, well, it's true, they were after Harry. Harry Potter. They were at the premiere of the Harry Potter movie. And the second shot, taking menacingly from above, was actually taken with Harry and Meghan's permission by one of just 3 press people selected to cover Harry and Meghan in South Africa, visiting the home of Archbishop Desmond Tutu, where they happily posed for pictures. Here's another example of fakery in that preview, to make Harry and Meghan look like victims of a ravaging press, and also make Meghan look like her childhood heroine, Princess Di.
They're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself.
Again, the first shot you just saw of the media pack after them was actually taken when US President Donald Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, was sent to jail. And the last shot was actually of photographers covering the court appearance last year of so-called glamour model Katie Price, known for her big breasts. And already I'm thinking, why all this fakery? Is it because Netflix couldn't find enough film of the press hounding Harry and Meghan? You know, what they was complaining about it. So they had to then steal footage of the media covering someone else? And if that's so, what else has this series faked? For instance, we're told in that preview, it's about race, that claim from a friend of theirs. Well, that doesn't quite gel either. First, as you saw from the start of the clip, everything was beautiful. Crowds were cheering, and then says Meghan Markle with a long face, and then, Harry, it all changed. So what? The royals were fine with Meghan to start with, and only later suddenly became racist. And something else. When this couple fled Britain 3 years ago, they asked to keep working for this royal family, but part-time. But why would you offer to keep working for a royal institution that you thought was racist? And why did they then issue this public statement of thanks to the royals? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are grateful to Her Majesty and the royal family for their ongoing support as they embark on the next chapter of their lives. While they can no longer formally represent the Queen, the Sussexes have made clear that everything they do will continue to uphold the values of Her Majesty. Does upholding the values of the Queen include whinging and whining and trashing the royal establishment as racist and cruel, and do all that for money? I tell you, the Queen would be horrified. So why would Harry do this? I guess monstrous self-pity helps to explain it, but so might the money. Harry and Meghan live large, and we've assumed from the headlines they're loaded. And yes, they do seem to live very, very well among all those flights and private jets, all those designer clothes, and their $20 million Californian home. But some of their Spotify projects haven't worked out well, and Netflix also cancelled one of Meghan's projects. And Netflix, they don't pay that $100 million up front. That's about 140 million in Australian dollars. It wants results before it pays, and the only results it's likely to get for its huge investment is not from Harry and Meghan wailing about mental health or global warming, whatever fashionable cause. It will come from exactly this: trashing the royals, playing the victim. And that's in fact the role that Harry and Meghan have played now for years, with, funnily enough, cameras magically just happening to be there to record intimate moments of happiness and intimate moments of despair at this cruel, cruel world, so hard on two not very talented grifters who've betrayed Harry's family for silver. I know there's an audience that go for this stuff, the resentful, the self-pitying, and then there are people of character who will see it for exactly what it is. It is the act of a Judas and his Lady Macbeth.